This is the only Valorant tier list that matters. A lot of people will say, oh, this is just my opinion. Don't get angry. My opinion is law. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, YouTube. What's good, y'all motherfuckers? It's Hey Boy back with another video. And this is my tier list. My tier list. The tier list. Let me set my camera up right quick. Hold on. Hope this angle ain't too bad. So, for starters, this is the new updated tier list for 2025 with the new agent, aka Tejo. In my opinion, we're gonna get to my opinion actually. Oh, we're gonna go left for right, top to bottom, left for right. I'm gonna get through this quick as well. So, Astra, my number one main, got me out of Diamond into the Immortal. I loved it. Anyway, Astra, a very good agent, in my opinion, very cool. She has really exquisite versatility. You can play her in many different ways. She doesn't have rechargeable smokes like, let's say, Omen or let's say Clove. So you have to play her with that in mind. However, she has the ability to place stars on anywhere on the map she pleases. I'm going to give her A. There's a tech with Astra where you can immediately go into Astra mode and place a star where you want to and go right back to your body within 2 seconds. So if you can master that tech, I give her S, bro. Brimstone, all around, in terms of initiators, I think he's the top 3 initiators. He can stun you from halfway across the map. His flashes are crazy annoying. He can flash from other sides of the wall really quickly. I give him A tier. Brimstone, a really good smoke character. He gets A tier as well. His stem, with your stem, it makes it very hard to lose any gunfight with stem. His molly deals insane amounts of damage. The fact that you have to be in certain places to smoke certain places is a good nerf for him, I believe. I give him A tier. Chamber. Now, this is a very controversial Sentinel because everybody thought he was supposed to be a duelist. He has guns as abilities. However, he is a very versatile Sentinel. You can play him like a duelist. You can play like a Sentinel. You can play him like a controller that likes to stay back. You can play him like that, versatile. He's really good. I give Chamber, I think I want to give Chamber S tier, but it really depends. It depends on the player. Most of these agents, I'm gonna put him A tier for now. Chamber might get changed. Clove. Now, I dislike this agent. I dislike this agent because of the fact that so many people play her when they should just be playing somebody else. They should be playing, pick the duelist, bro. Pick an Omen or something. You're playing Clove, you're not utilizing what Clove was meant to be. They gave her these healing abilities and they gave her this extra life so she could be used as a sort of duelist type controller. I give Clove B tier, bro, because she has Brimstone's nerf, but she doesn't have enough things to make up for that nerf. Of course, maybe her ult, she gets a second life. So what? You're staying in one place for like 1.5 seconds, and then you can move. The enemy can chase you down and kill you right after you respawn. Your ult is only good in certain situations. So I give her B tier. Cypher. Now Cypher, this is an interesting Sentinel. I feel like Cypher's been in the same spot for the past year. I give Cypher B tier. No, I give Cypher C tier, honestly. No, his cages are really good though. His cages are good. Cypher gets B tier for me. His ult, I think it's a 6-point ult. It's good, but the way you have to play Cypher, you have to play back. Like he is the Sentinel image. You have to play this way. Like sure you can be aggressive. You can throw cages and jump out. Like what's his name? What's that dude name with the shotguns? I forget his name. Oh my God. What's his name? I forget. But you can do that, but it's only certain niche ways you have to play him if you want to be versatile with him. However, if you can't do that, you have to be one way play him. Next Sentinel, Deadlock. I like Deadlock. However, her wall got nerfed and just nerfed her to hell. Also, her one good Sentinel ability besides the wall is a little detection thing, and it only detects it off sound, so you can walk past them. She gets C tier. Deadlock gets her ult's good. Her ult is her only saving grace. That's giving her C tier. I'm honestly, nah. She gets D tier. ISO. I'm so glad they nerfed that dude. He needs another nerf, but ISO's really good. At this current point in time, he's in a good spot right now. I'll say. He gets a free shield. Like that shit's insane. In gunfights, you can swing anything you really want to and win. ISO gets A tier. Actually, he did get nerfed. He did get nerfed. That's what gets B tier. After the nerf, he gets B tier. I'm taking into account he has a bulletproof wall that you can really play around that. But by himself, that's what I'll do. I'm looking at each of these agents by themselves. I'm not looking at them with team play. I'm looking at each agent by themselves, by the way. So now, with that in mind, I still staying in B tier. Because if you lose that shield, you're just a regular agent. You're just a Reyna. Now, since I just mentioned Reyna, speaking of Reyna, Reyna's next. She's a walking orb. She has a leer. That's good. It's only good with team play. She gets a D. She can overheal. You can get some extra fire rate, and you see enemies a little better. D tier. Fade. Oh my goodness. This agent is mad annoying with team play. C tier. Gecko. His flash is really freaking good. He got a buff. A sort of balance chain. He got really good balance changes done to him. With that in mind, Gecko gets B tier. All of his abilities are really good. However, you have to pick them up for them to be very, very useful to you. Extremely useful to you. You can use him in really good niche spots and really good situations. You can play him versatility. You can play him with versatility. You can use his wingman to plant. You can use his wingman to clear corners. You can use his flash. His molly is really good. I like that. He gets B tier. Gecko gets B tier. His ult's really good too. Harbor. I rarely see this agent in ladder. That should be telling you something. Harbor gets C tier. He needs some type of changes. I feel like he's currently in a decent spot. However, people aren't playing it for a reason. And the devs need to look into that. Why? Because, bro, you get one wall. That bitch recharges every 35, 40 seconds? That's not, no, every 40 seconds. It's some crazy time like that. His orb, it breaks after 3 shots, bro. His wall is good. I like the fact it's like fade where you can stop it mid, whatever. But yeah, he needs some type of buff. His orb needs a buff, and he needs a second wall or a second charge or something. They need to balance that out. He gets C tier for me. Jet, one of the only agents in the game with a unique passive ability, like some other agents. I will get to these other agents, but I will give Jet has gone through thick and thin. She's one of the first duelists in this game, but Jet gets a B tier for me because of the fact her dash changes was good. I'll say her dash changes was great for her. Her smokes are good. She needs another updraft. She only gets one updraft. She needs another updraft. Yeah, she's B tier because they need to fix her right click. They need to make it slightly better. They need to tune it a little bit. And her dash is good. Her updraft is good. They need to add another updraft. Passive ability is really good. You can still super dash and stuff like that. Yeah, B tier for me. KO, another initiator. So KO is really nice, really good. However, his flashes are, primitive compared to all these other different flashes in the game. You have a sky. You can throw a bird and pop it in somebody's face. You can direct a bird and have omni movement in the air, move it however you want to. You have a dude who can shoot a yellow ball into the wall and have it pop out the other side of the wall and blind the other team. You have some guy that can snap his fingers and direct a flash right in any corner he wants to. This guy, he has a literal flashbang grenade. KO has a flashbang grenade, and he's stuck with real world physics. He has to right click it, or he has to toss it and flash somebody like that. You have to find real niche ways in order to get a really decent KO flash in this game. However, his other abilities are really nice. His knife is really good. His molly is decent. His molly needs a slight buff. I will say that. KO gets C tier for me. I like KO. I love KO. I gotta show love to my brother. You know what I'm saying? I love KO. However, next, KJ, my second main. KJ got me out of gold, got me out of plat, got me to some real good spots. KJ, she's a real solid Sentinel. However, she has too much counterplay. KO, for instance. She's cooked without any bit of her util. With no util, she can't do anything. Of course, any of these agents can't do anything, but KJ, the way she has to play, all of KJ's util is destroyable. So, yeah, she gets C tier for me. Literally every single one of KJ's abilities is destroyable. Neon. Oh my gosh, I love this agent. My third main. Oh, she's a really good agent. I love her. Another one of the agents in the game with a unique passive. Neon gets B tier for me. Neon gets B tier for me because of the changes that people did to her. Well, the devs did to her. I'd say really nice changes. I'd say Neon is in a good spot right now. She's in a really good spot. If anything, just buff her passive just a little bit. Let that recharge a little bit faster because her run depletes really quickly. Omen, really good agent. I fuck with Omen because of his TPs and stuff. Controller, Omen gets A tier. He has an infinite amount of smokes. He can continuously smoke and keep smoking and keep smoking. He has a really good blind, a paranoia. However, his ult is not that good. You have to be real creative with his ult in order to get any type of value out of it. Phoenix, S tier. The most versatile duelist in the game. Self-sufficient. Any type of playstyle you want to. 2 flashes, a molly, and a wall. So he's a controller, a duelist, and a sentinel in one. He can do whatever he wants to. He can have his way with the world. He can have his way with the game and turn the tide of the game however he wants to. He can play however he wants to. S tier. Raze. With her nurse, Raze gets B tier. They buffed, they nerfed the hell out of her because her satchel, she can't do anything right now. People still play her. She has a really good ult. That's why people still play her. She has a good ult and she has a good E ability. Her rechargeable ability, the one that recharges every 2 kills. It's good, but she's in a mediocre spot, just like Neon. She's in a mediocre spot. Yeah, she's chilling, but she needs a slight buff. She needs a slight movement buff, and she's A tier. Sage is C tier for me. Sage is C tier. Good sentinel. However, good heal actually. I love the fact that they buffed her heal. It's 100 HP or heals you to full. However, she's kind of useless. The only thing she can do is stall you. The higher up in ladder you get, the more useless, the less Sage players you see, the more useless it gets because people start realizing it's a Sage wall. Just break it. Just break the Sage wall. Once you break the Sage wall, you can do whatever you want to. You can sit there, wait it out. You can rotate. You can go straight through it once you break it off rip. There's so many different counterplays to the Sage wall, and she can res. That's cool. There's 4 other agents in the game that can res. That gets extra abilities or extra life or something along those lines. So C tier. Sky. Off rip. Nah, Sky is S tier. Sky's S tier. Sky's S tier. Actually, because of the fact that they nerfed her flashes, so she can't get any flashes back, she's A tier. She would have been S tier with the fact she gets her flashes back, but she only gets 2 flashes. All of her abilities are so good. You can do so many different things with them. She gets A tier for me. Sova, really good all around initiator. He has a drone. He has a dart. He has some shock darts. Sova gets B tier for me. I feel like Sova is the same thing with Cypher here. He's been in the same spot for the past like year or so. They did some changes with his drone. They did some changes with his dart slightly, but his drone got most of the changes. His drone needs more HP because it's so slow moving. The HP is very minimal on it. It needs a buff. His drone needs a buff. His ult needs a buff. He needs to be able to shoot a little bit faster. And if that's the case, if they buff the fact he can shoot faster, they can nerf the distance. That would make it a bit better. However, all around good initiator. Tejo, this guy right here. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give Tejo A here. A here. I'm gonna give Tejo A tier because even though all of his util can only be used one time, his abilities are crazy. You can do whatever you want to in a short period of time, and you can do it in a burst, and just there's really no counterplay. If you play it right, there's no counterplay. He can explode 2 of the positions that you could be and fight the main position that you're that you can only be in. His drone, it suppresses you and reveals you. His ult is an insta kill. What else? What does he got? He has a concuss. He can destroy you. He can destroy you. And he's all around balanced because all of his abilities you can use one time. I say that's really good. I'd say he's one of the few agents that are balanced off rip. Like, sure, his abilities are kind of broken, but he can only use it one time. So, yeah. Yoru. Oh, my gosh. This agent, I give Yoru A tier. his kit is still good. His kit is really good. After all the nerfs he's gone through, after all the changes he's gone through, his kit is still really good. And if you play it right, again, the higher ladder you go, the more you'll see Yoru's, because people actually know how to play him and know how he works. Now, Viper. I've always disliked Viper. However, her kit is just, it's good for what it is. I have to say it's good for what it is. She gets C tier from me. That's all she has, bro. She has a wall she can't pick back up. Sure, it may go across the whole map, but that's the only, you're stuck with just that. You can't change it. You can't move it. Sure, you can pick up her orb, but it disappoints me, man. She needs some type of changes. Last but not least, Vise. Vise gets C tier as well. You can shoot her thorns, bro. Sure, like she has a wall. Her wall needs more time on it. And her ult needs less casting time. It needs less casting time for it to be really useful, bro. But yeah, this is my tier list, man. This is my tier list. We have Astra and Phoenix at S tier. We have Breach, Brim, Chamber, Omen, Sky, Teho, Yora A tier. That's it for today's video. If you fuck with the content, you see that button with the thumbs on right below this video. Make sure that bitch is facing.
Nigga leave me if I can bring for the baddest, keep the bitch real clean. Ocean of spring jeans.